Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's morning musings is Change What You Can. I'm doing a series of daily morning musings, and I'm using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote these a few years ago, and the world has completely changed since then. So if I encounter anything that is out of date, I will correct myself and give you the most recent information. At the end, I will summarize the topic based on what's going on in the world today. Also, I have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Change what you can. I've been reflecting on how I've gotten through difficult times before, as I'm facing the new challenge of going to DC to assist my mother, who is recently diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Most of my mystic musings have been more spiritually focused, how to hover above a crisis in order to navigate through it. It can work in many situations, like being in a dysfunctional workplace or visiting family at the holidays. Sometimes, though, whatever's come up is right in your face personal, and the only way past it is to dive through. Here are some basics that can help. Slow down. Hardly anything needs to happen right away. Whether you're given a diagnosis of cancer or an ultimatum in a relationship, you can always take time to gain clarity. My rule of thumb is to sleep on it. Give yourself time to reflect and research. Many possibilities open up in the space of 24 hours. Reframe. It's amazing how a situation transforms when you look at it differently. This isn't a crisis. It's an event, was a mantra that got me through my dog being poisoned on the weekend I was moving, just before I had to go in for an MRI. Do the next indicated thing. When things are totally crazy, it's impossible to try to control what's going on around you. When in the midst of chaos, just do the next indicated thing. Focus on completing the task in front of you, and eventually everything falls into place. Ask for help. It's funny how this can be the last thing one thinks about when we're all trying to be a superhero. The phrase, God doesn't give you anything you can't handle, doesn't mean you have to handle it all by yourself. An intelligence greater than yourself. My best thinking often gets me into the pickle I'm in. It's comforting to realize that there's an intelligence greater than my own brain. This goes hand in hand with asking for help. Sometimes the greater intelligence speaks through the mouth of a friend or advisor. Give it time. This goes hand in hand with slowing down. Sometimes the truth needs to be revealed. Sometimes the solution needs to evolve. Sometimes you just have to sit in the not knowing of the situation to let what needs to happen become evident. All these things are tough to do if you are racing around madly trying to solve, fix, or control something happening outside of you. You can't actively change people, places, or things, but people, places, and things can change when you change yourself, your perspective. My firstborn child is totally unlike me. He recharges by being with people. I renew my energy by being alone. When I recognized we were different, neither he nor I were bad or wrong, it transformed our relationship. He got easier to deal with simply because I saw things differently. Your attitude. Sometimes we make things harder on ourselves through resistance. By resisting what is, we stay stuck in it. Accepting the things we cannot change often changes our experience of it. We make relationships more difficult through resentment. When we resent someone for what they did or didn't do, the atmosphere in the relationship can be downright deadly. Letting go of resentment and judgment clears the air. Behaving differently towards someone often creates them behaving differently towards you. Take nothing personally or seriously. People's reaction to us usually has very little to do with us and has everything to do with them. Give people the benefit of the doubt when encountering bad behavior. What we think is going on rarely is. Think of being laid off or dumped as a divine intervention. The universe is giving an opportunity to expand and grow. Apply any of these suggestions to what is happening in your life today and see how your life transforms. And leave a comment below when you do, because I love to read your comments. So all of these are really helpful suggestions, and I would say they apply maybe even more so nowadays because of the insanity going on in the world. Many of our relatives are completely insane as well. And then how this also ties into what's going on in the world today is the insanity and chaos that we see going on in the world is really a breakdown of the old form of reality. And we're all going through a consciousness shift. So we're all raising to a higher vibratory vibratory level, and those old ways of being are stuck and fixed, and people who are clinging to them are feeling those realities disintegrating, and it's driving them crazy. So you can use all of these things to regain your own sense of space and perspective, and the only thing you can change is within you, and when you do that, your hologram changes as well. So if you like these videos, please click the like button and also subscribe, and that way you're telling YouTube to share this far and wide with people who really need to see this information. And you can also share it with family and friends and on your social media as well. And if you want a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques, click on the link below to the skybox technique. It'll give you an expanded perspective of what's going on in the world today and on your individual life. If you want some manifestation techniques, I have a self-study course, Manifesting Money and Miracles, and it teaches you how to work with vibrations in order to completely change your life. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. There you can find out about my individual sessions where I take a look at the essence of who you are, yourself as consciousness, and what's going on in your life today. And I can answer any questions that you might have, and it's all recorded just for you. And if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, Manifesting Money and Miracles is a good preparation for my coaching special, where I work with you one-on-one and I give you specific coaching techniques so that you can transform your life. So you can find out about that at my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you tomorrow in another Morning Musings.